University, the Southern States Athletic Conference, and the NAIA are committed to promoting an environment of inclusion in its character-driven and embracing of the culture of its diverse institutions. The NAIA empowers student athletes, coaches, officials, and fans to demonstrate at all times how champions of character, 5 core values of integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership, which create a positive and competitive environment. Please enjoy tonight's game. Welcome to Middle Georgia State University and Morris Gymnasium for tonight's non-conference matchup between the visiting Wildcats of Fort Valley State University and your Middle Georgia State University Knights. This time, I ask you please rise, gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Now let's meet tonight's starters. First, for the visiting Wildcats of Fort Valley State. Starting at guard, 5'10", sophomore from Baltimore, Maryland, number 3, Taylor Addison. Also at guard, 5'9", sophomore from Highland, Georgia, number 4, Cameron O'Neill. And also at guard, 5'8", sophomore from Augusta, Georgia, number 20, Mariana Cochran. Starting at forward, 6-foot freshman from Valdosta, Georgia, number 12, Kimora Wayne. And at the other forward, a 5'11" freshman from Montgomery, Georgia, number 22, Marley Bell. The Wildcats are led by Doug Robertson and assisted by Samantha Gilbert. And now, the starting lineup for your Middle Georgia State University Knights. Starting at guard, a 5'9" junior from Dublin, Georgia, number 4, Brianna Frey. Also at guard, a 5'5" junior from Lucas Spring, Georgia, number 12, Leah Johnson. Also at guard, a 5'9" junior from Smyrna, Georgia, number 15, Deanna Collins. Starting at forward, a 5'8" junior from Atlanta, Georgia, number 25, Layla Hurd. And at the other forward, a 5'10" senior from Marion, Alabama, number 23, Zakiria Johnson. The Knights are led by head coach Anderson Lagan, assisted by Journey Powell. And it's time for MGA basketball.
And as you heard, folks, it's time for Middle Georgia State University basketball here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. My name is Joe Kopshow, and I'll be leading you through this matchup between the Wildcats and the Knights. Of course, Fort Valley State University, the visiting team in this matchup, as they've traveled about 45 minutes down to Cochran, Georgia, to face the home team, Knights. You just heard the starting lineups. If you want to hear them again, well, I would love to do so. Addison, O'Neal, Wade, Booker, and Bell for the Wildcats, and for your Knights, McCray, Johnson, Rollins, Zakiria Johnson, and Hurd. That's the 10 we see on the floor as we're about ready to tip off here at Morris Gymnasium. Should be an exciting one. These two teams very evenly matched. Both score about 55 points a game. Both allow around 55 points a game. So defenses will be important in this one. Fort Valley State wins the tip. The yellow and blue, the gold and blue, will start with the ball. They get it down low. Easy finish off the glass for the first 2 points of the game. Fort Valley State on the board early. Good feed down low, wide open, as the forward caught on the hip of the Wildcat instead on the back, and an easy finish caused. Now the Knights with their first possession of the game. Zakiria Johnson with it. The forward has good ball handling skills, gives it off to McCray. She's in the corner. Bit of a trap here. Good bounce pass down low. That should lead to the first foul of the game, and it does. We'll see if the call is while it was going up. It is not, so it will be an inbound from under the rim with a reset shot clock. We'll see 20 seconds put on. On the inbound, India Johnson. She gives it off to the other Johnson. Three-point shot straight away off the back rim and out. Zakiria Johnson can shoot. We saw that this weekend where she hit a couple threes in a very offensive game against Bruton Parker College. Again, forward working. Looked like a foul, late whistle, but correct call there as Kimora Wade, the 6-foot forward from Valdosta, hit pretty hard as she was going up on the upper forearm. Wade is someone that Fort Valley State is really excited about from Lowndes High School, the freshman. Excellent dribble, good touch there to get the foul while going up. She sinks her first. Now a 3-point game as the Wildcats, the first bucket and first free throw. They'll add a second. That one not as pure, but rattles around and down. After the first minute, 4-0 for Fort Valley State University. And Kimora Wade has all the points for her team. Rollins with it. She drives, floater off the rim and out. Just too strong on that one. Fort Valley State with a chance to get a big lead here early, cutting in the drive, baseline, couldn't get the finish. High off the backboard, never hit rim, and now Rollins will run the floor for the Knights. She stops up, scans her options. She's got McCray in the corner, open three. That opportunity missed, and now the Knights will have to reset. Rollins gets a screen, kicks out to McCray. McCray with the travel. About anything could have been called there. McCray went up for a shot, didn't like her opportunity, tried to dribble, and that leads to that whistle and the turnover. Cameron O'Neal passes off, swings to the corner. Back to the point. Good ball movement here from the Wildcats. Now down low, rifled in. Trying to draw the foul again was Wade. This time no whistle. She just chucked one up hoping to get the call. It never came, and now India Johnson will go to work for the Knights. She's leading her point. Two screens in the post. A chance now, long two. This one won't fall. Chance at the offensive rebound, grabbed, kicked out McCray. Long two, can't get it to go off the back rim. And so far, only a couple possessions for the Knights, but over 2.5 minutes scoreless. Johnson with the steal. Now she'll run the floor. Can she go coast to coast? She can.
India Johnson.
Reaches up, steals the ball, brings it down, and able to run the floor. Excellent job to put the Knights on the board here. Turnaround jumper blocked down. Not sure about that whistle. If it was during the shot or not, it looks like they will say that Marley Bell was hit on the arms on her way up. That looks like a scenario in which Bell felt no one behind her, so she was going to try a quick turnaround and perhaps some contact on the hand as she did so. She misses the first. Couple dribbles, the second up and good. And it is 5-2. Looking at the importance of this game, Fort Valley State has played 12 games to Middle Georgia State's 8, but both teams looking to see an improvement in the year of 2025. Fort Valley State 4-8, Middle Georgia State 1-7. So an important game to start 2025 outright, although the second game for the Knights. This one hits everything and falls through. A good finish, strong at the rim. And Fort Valley State starting to get their offense working. Rollins with it. She almost gets trapped. Now Johnson trying to escape it. Swings to the corner. Corner three, off the mark. Lots of back rim and out right now for the Knights. As for Fort Valley State, they'll try their own. Similar outcome as that one misses. Now Johnson trying to go quick with it. She mishandles the ball. She'll have to kick it out for a three. McCray takes it. Splash. Her foot just inside the line, so will count as a long two. And with just under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter, the defense is prevailing so far, only 11 total points. Golden Blue driving in. That's a jump ball. India Johnson again with the quick hands, able to force the turnover. Of course, the jump ball goes to the possession arrow. That arrow in favor of the Knights. So they will inbound the ball, and it will be Chloe Pollock to inbound. She just checked in, and now she'll lead her team up the floor. Off to Rollins. Rollins a couple dribbles, crossover, kicks it out, three, falls. Zakiria Johnson, the forward, offers so much experience from outside the arc. She gets her first here today. This game's all tied up, although broken just as easily. The Knights slow getting back. Kimora Wade finishes it off inside. India Johnson trying to get her defender lost. Gives it off to Rollins. Rollins in the drive. Lots of contact as she ran into a closing defender. Everyone hit the floor, and it will be an inbound eventually after the media timeout. We've hit under 5 here, so we'll take a short break and be right back for more basketball action. Welcome back. These two teams very familiar with each other, Fort Valley State University and Middle Georgia State University. Of course, only about 45 minutes apart. Fort Valley State just about 20 minutes outside of Macon, the heart of central Georgia. Middle Georgia State a little more south, although they do have a Macon campus. This one in Cochran about 45 minutes away. Does that triangle of locations add up? I am unsure, but those are my best estimations. So these two teams know each other very well. Of course, many of the players from Georgia, many played against each other in high school, with each other in high school, and now continue at the college level. Looks like we've got a small problem with the floor. So that is the delay. You can see it on the backside of your view. Looked like some sort of mark made it, so that has been cleaned up and we're about ready to go as the Middle Georgia State University Knights will be inbounding from under their own rim. It'll be India Johnson. We'll see if this is a designed play to get an open three for Zakiria Johnson. Looked like it, however, a good closeout from Fort Valley State, and the Knights will have to reset. Rollins to Pollock. Now it's to Zakiria Johnson. Corner three, that one doesn't fall. Chance at a trap here. The Knights pass it up, and they'll head back trying to stop the transition offense. Good dribble here from O'Neal. Baseline drive. She can't get it to go, but draws the foul. Good hesitation right beyond the arc. Got her defender leaning and was able to take advantage with her speed. And now she'll try and get the Wildcats to double digits. Her first attempt to do so won't fall, so she'll try again on the second. McCray set to check in for the Knights at the next whistle. This one is sunk, so 10-7 now. The Wildcats the first to reach double digits. This one's still close. We'll see two players check in, actually, as Lowry will check in alongside McCray. Lowry will inbound to McCray, and the two new pieces of offense for Middle Georgia State will get to work. Full court press from Fort Valley causes a turnover. Now a wide open layup, missed. Booker tried to get too fancy with it and missed a wide open layup. Now Johnson for three. Johnson is hot from the three-point arc, her second today already. And that stems back to this weekend's games where she was a force behind there. Now she grabs the defensive board, gets her offense running. Tied game here, the Knights looking for their first lead of the night. McCray with it, she'll pass it off. Corner three, won't go. Long rebound, kicks out, brought in by O'Neal for the Wildcats. High arcing two, won't go. Offensive rebound, grab down. Now we'll have a tie-up. Possession arrow should be in favor of the Wildcats, and it is. The tall Kimura Wade, really a size mismatch for her. The only one close to that height is Zakiria Johnson and Oliver for the Knights. As now we'll have a quick whistle. Seems like the ball was just inbounded, so likely not on the inbound. It is. They'll say it was on the shot. I thought it might have been off ball during the inbound, but it was quickly on Ace Stevenson after she went up after receiving the ball. Trying to break the tie. She will do so. .330 left here in the first quarter. 12-10 in favor of the Wildcats. So far, late in this first quarter, they've been bringing out the full court press. That has led to success. We'll see how it works out here. Now Middle Georgia State brings all 5 players down the line. Now they've got a trap on the other side halfway, and It causes another turnover. It looked like Zakiria Johnson made a good pass off to Lowry. She just couldn't handle it and it kicked out of bounds. Again, another turnover. So that time the Knights able to break the press but get trapped on their offensive half. Allen with the ball. She just checked in. Gives it off to O'Neal. O'Neal looking for space. On the drive, Addison. She kicks out to O'Neal. O'Neal corner. Won't go. Hard off the rim. Good job by Zakiria Johnson to get up and grab that board. She gives it off to her partner, India Johnson, who breaks the press and will settle it down for the Knights. McCray has a three. She passes it up. Fake three. Kicked out. Corner three. Zakiria Johnson on fire. Seems like the Knights have their offensive strategy set. Get the Wildcats leaning and get it open to Zakiria Johnson for three. Her third of the first quarter. McCray switches on. She gets a hand in there. Doesn't matter. O'Neal finishes over it. And right back with the lead are the Wildcats. Full court press again. Take a couple dribbles. That's how you break it. Excellent job. Now with numbers. Zakiria Johnson passes up this three. Instead, ball movement gets it to India Johnson. She finishes off the glass. It's after hours, but the bank's always open here in Morris Gymnasium. 16-14, 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Oh, no one switched on. Drive. Tough contact. The second attempt, that will be the whistle call. And a chance for 2 free throws as right now the Knights not really protecting their own paint. That is the 5th foul on them, and there's still about 100 seconds to go here in the first quarter. On the original drive, no one picked up the cutting Wildcat, and it allowed a very good opportunity. Just missed. The offensive rebound on the other side is where we get that foul. So the Knights will maintain their lead, at least after these free throws conclude, after the first one is missed by Addison. It'll be Zakiria Johnson trying to rebound. It kicks off the hands of a Wildcat, and the Knights will get a chance to extend their lead past 2. You expect your guard to usually be leading the team in three-pointers and your forward. As this is a steal, another chance at an open layup. This time, Booker doesn't miss it, and we're all tied up. I was going to say, you expect your guard to lead your team in threes and your forward to lead the team in rebounds. Right now for the Johnsons, it's the other way around. India Johnson leading with 5 rebounds. Zakiria with 3 three-point field goals. India Johnson, speaking of, on ball. She passes off. Now will provide a screen. Floater from the baseline won't go. Good rebound from the Wildcats. Tough to control there. McCray, good job getting back. Now she's on defense. Uses her body. Push off the Wildcat, but the offensive rebound. Second chance opportunity converted by Stevenson. This one, the full court press again, swarming the Knights. They're able to break it with some luck. McCray, the 3, too strong. Oliver with it. She uses the body. Kicks out. McCray now deep 2. This one won't go either. Oliver putting in some work. Tried to tip it to a teammate, but no one home. Shot clock turned off as we approach the end of the first quarter here. 18-16, Fort Valley. Falling asleep, stolen by Lowry. Now trying to get the 2. It's stripped away. Allen looking towards her bench for the call. Lowry sneaks up, gets the steal, and now the Knights have a chance to end this quarter on a positive note. India Johnson inbounding. Gets it out to Pollock. Pollock inside now for Oliver. Oliver can kick out instead, takes it hard to the hole, and finishes strong. Tied game here, 5 seconds. Fort Valley State trying to break it. 2, 1, the shot gets up. It's good if it goes. It does not. And after 10 minutes, 18-18 here in Morris Gymnasium. This is going to be a good one, folks. We'll take a short break and be back for the second 10 minutes. And, of course, 30 minutes left to go. Lots of action, lots of fun in the store. I'm Joe Kopcho. Here at Morris Gymnasium, we'll take a back here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. Thank you all for joining. My name's Joe Kopcho. I'll be on play-by-play for today. Something new to the Middle Georgia State University channel. Started about 3 months ago, and hope everyone enjoys having a bit of audio with their stream. Middle Georgia State starts with the ball. Good job to break the trap. However, an errant pass from Lowry picked off, and the Wildcats will have the chance to retake the lead. Good off-ball screen, creates an open man in the corner. Fakes the three, now a floater, won't go, rolls all around and out. However, offensive rebound, deep two, straight away, pure. Stevenson finishes it off. Good possession for the Wildcats. They had a couple great looks. The last one finally goes. First to 10, first to 20 were the Wildcats. The Knights have been fighting from behind. They've done so well. Will they do so here? This one off the back rim. Three-point shot from Lowry just off. And it feels like if Fort Valley can slow down on offense, they've been much better than the Knights. When the Knights can create chaos, they've been excellent. But outside of that, it's been a struggle. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Asking for a screen is Allen. She'll take it, looking for space. Deep three. Off the rafters and down. That one hung up there, but eventually comes through the nylon, and a 5-point advantage for the Wildcats. India Johnson gets the ball back. She'll be running the point for these Knights. Tries to get it down low to Oliver. Looked like Oliver walked. She did. And now 5 straight points from the Wildcats in just under 2 minutes, and a chance to add on even more after that turnover from Oliver. Allen up the court. Handoff. Explosion here from the elbow. Jump pass. Errant, but Allen brings it in, and she'll command the offense again. Again, low in the shot clock. Allen driving, and one. Hard collision with Oliver. She goes high off the backboard and gets it to drop for a chance at 3 points the old-fashioned way. And that will be what indicates the breather for Oliver as Zakiria Johnson checks back in. Of course, this offense had a spark under Johnson. She leads all scorers today with 9 points. The three-point play not converted after Allen misses the free throw. Starters on the floor for Middle Georgia State. Rollins with it, back to India Johnson. Rollins, Zakiria Johnson in the corner. She's going to get trapped. Refs will say Zakiria Johnson successfully threw it off an orange and blue jersey. I might have had the best angle of that in the whole room, and perhaps the Knights getting a little bit lucky on that call. They'll have 15 seconds to operate now on this possession. McCray, three-point shot, won't go. However, fighting hard for her own rebound, she almost comes up with it, goes tumbling. Fort Valley State will come up with it and have a three-point shot early in the possession. That will eventually be rebounded by the Wildcats. Bell, hard-fought battle for it. Now she has to save the ball. She does. What a possession from Bell. An offensive rebound saves the ball, gives her team a chance. Can they convert? Mid-range jumper won't go. McCray with it. India Johnson tries to heave it off to Pollock, and now perhaps some karma the other way. That one looked like if it was off a Wildcat. Instead, they will have possession of the ball. We're 3 minutes through the second quarter here, and the Knights have gone scoreless to start these 10 minutes. Good bounce pass inside, finish strong, charge! India Johnson puts the body on the line. Not a highlight reel play, but that will fire up everyone here at Morris Gymnasium as preventing 2 points. As we'll have a break here. Coach Doug Robertson for Fort Valley State asking if that basket was good. Since it is a charge, the basket does not count. We'll have a media timeout. The Knights call it. We'll be back in a minute. Back here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. After some discussion, the refs stick with their original decision, and the no basket rule is upheld, and that might be a problem for the Knights as McCray just throws it away. The Wildcats, McCray helping her team out, getting a block originally. The Wildcats' full court press has gotten the Knights in a bind. They get lucky there. 4 minutes scoreless for the Knights. Whistle blown as a reach in there inside. Trying to break up the pass, caused a collision. Easy whistle for the nearby referee. India Johnson to inbound. Far side. She'll get it off to the point. Rollins a chance at a three, gives it off to McCray, gets it back. She'll pass it up again, looking for someone open. The Fort Valley State defense on top of it, now running the floor. They can't get the layup again. The Knights turn over the ball but get a little bit of luck. McCray kicks out India Johnson from the corner. Splash. That's how you break a scoring drought. Just a deep two, but that will get the lid off the basket. About 4 minutes in here in the second quarter. Pass down low. It's Wade. She can't get the first. Can she? The second. No, McCray meets her right at the top and sends it back. Rollins with it. Baseline drive. Charge. Wade gets her revenge as she sits on the baseline, takes the charge to the chest, and gives her team possession. Some substitutions for both teams here. Little deeper into the Knights bench as Kyla Raven checks in. So does Asia Freeman. First we've seen from both of them today. Now the Knights go with their own trap. Fort Valley State able to break out of it a little bit better. They get the ball down low, however, not cleanly. It's off a Knights' hand, and they will retain possession. Wade down low, good feed, good finish. 2 more points to her total. Kimora Wade doing it in every aspect. Rollins, a 3. This one won't go off the glass. Kicks back out to her. She gets her rebound, able to escape the trap, throwing it to Johnson. Gets it right back. A chance for 3. Asia Freeman comes on, can't sink it. And the Wildcats a chance to add some offense. After a high-flying first quarter, everyone's settling down a bit here in the second. Again, the trap unsuccessful for the Knights. However, their defense able to do enough. Force the miss, however, after kicking off a Knights ankle on the offensive rebound, Fort Valley State University will retain possession. Slow to get to her man, India Johnson, however, the shot wide anyway, and the Knights will have the ball. So we had a total of 36 points in the first quarter. In the past 6 minutes, just 9. Excuse me, 11. Math was never my strong suit. Knights moving the ball. Zakiria Johnson with a 3. She's been excellent today. Can't get that one to go. Hustling back are the Knights. However, they leave an open 3. It is converted. No one on Allen. She makes that one. And now the biggest lead of the day extends further. The Wildcats lead by 10. Rollins looking to create space. Gives it off to Freeman. Back to Rollins. Now swinging it around. Ends with Johnson along 2. Won't go. High rebound grabbed in by the Wildcats. Allen tries her luck again. Little bit of a heat check, and she sure is on fire. 2 threes in a row extend the Wildcats' lead to 13. After 17-ish minutes, the Wildcats lead 33-20. We'll take a short break and be right back here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. Knights to inbound. Wildcats on a trap right at the half line, and India Johnson smart to throw it off the nearest defender, Ferguson, and keep possession of the ball. Knights really haven't had a lot of success breaking those traps and presses. It's been a problem. Zakiria Johnson with it, trying to find her teammate India. To Rollins, back to India Johnson. This defense of the Wildcats swarming. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Didn't look like that shot got off, and it did not. Kyla Raven with the last attempt, but received it way too late in the shot clock to get anything up. And while the defense looked good from Fort Valley State University in the first quarter, it was on and off and on, and eventually now they've just turned it on. 2 points in 7.5 minutes for the Knights. As it looks like that shot came out awkwardly as a Wildcat goes crashing to the ground. An open opportunity, but it looks like Allen rolled her ankle, and now she'll check out. Doug Robertson looking for the guard he wants to come back on. So the Knights get a little bit of luck again. Get a possession that ends in nothing for the Wildcats and a chance to start cutting into this lead. Pass picked off, but eventually picked up by a Knight, crashing in. Will that be a charge? No. Block. Feet weren't set according to the refs, and Freeman will head to the line. Wildcats look like they thought Janiah Ferguson's feet were set. Knights disagree. They get the benefit of the call as airballing the first free throw attempt was Freeman. It'll draw some jeers from the crowd. Her second one off the front rim. So 0 for 2 in her first trip to the line. And in the past 8 minutes, the Knights still only scored 2 points. India Johnson able to force the ball to be picked up. Now down low to Wade. Wade gets it partially blocked. Eventually, ball tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats since that shot never hit the rim. No shot clock reset, only 8 seconds on the clock. Inside to Wade. Wade, tough finish, gets it to go. That's one where you kind of just throw it up there late in the shot clock and hope it comes down in the right area, and it did for the Wildcats, right through. So we now have 90 seconds here in the second quarter. 15-point lead for the Wildcats. Trying to break the scoring drought is Raven. She can't do so. Wildcats will run the floor. They have numbers. Stop and pop. Falls. Taylor Addison, everyone running the floor. She's able to stop on a dime, throw up the shot. Now the Wildcats lead by 17. Raven, a chance again. Long two. Won't go. Eventually hit off a stanchion of the scoreboard. Or excuse me, the backboard. Looked like it might fall, but instead the whistle blown after some contact made, and the Wildcats a chance to extend their lead even more. Instead, they'll throw it away, trying to break the trap. That's why you bring it, as the really best way to break it is a cross-court pass, and if you put any extra power on it, it'll sail out of bounds like that one did. Right now, it has to be as much of a physical game as it is a mental game for the Knights. They know they haven't scored in a while, and that has to play a little bit on your psyche. That looked like it would be another momentum swing for the Wildcats. Instead, a whistle. The pass was stolen away, but they will say a Wildcat went on the back of Raven to do so. Too much incidental contact for it to be incidental. And the whistle gives the Wildcats a non-turnover after they thought they got a steal. Zakiria Johnson passes off to India Johnson. Shot clock and game clock separated by maybe a quarter of a second. Crashing in is India Johnson, another whistle. Now the shot clock will be turned off. 6 seconds in the half. Just the 4th team foul, so no trip to the line. Instead, oh, that is the 5th team foul. So India Johnson will go to the line, excuse me. So a chance to break the scoring drought with some charity stripe shots. First one won't go. And as said, it has to be equally as much mental now. Second one is converted. 37-21, a chance for a buzzer beater here. If the Wildcats hurry, they'll get it from the corner and won't come down. Halftime score, 37-21 in favor of Fort Valley State University. I'm Joe Kopsha. We'll be back for second half action. Thank you so much for watching. We'll take a short break.
no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared out in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves, there's no one I can turn to. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on.
Welcome back to the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. We're just about set to begin second half action. But before that, a look back at the first half. So leading points scorers for these two teams are Kimura Wade and Allen for the Fort Valley State University Wildcats. They're both tied at 8. And for the Middle Georgia State University Knights, we'll mention two players as well. Zakiria Johnson with 9, India Johnson with 8. Outside of that, no scorer above 2 points. As for scoring by quarter, these two teams went into the second quarter tied, 18-18. In the second quarter, the Wildcats dominated. They went on a 19-3 run over those 10 minutes. So that has us where we're at 37-21. Other stats, Allen 2 for 3 from beyond the three-point arc. Both of those came in the last minute of the second quarter, so important there. But besides that, we're just about ready to get underway. And with that pass, we have done it. The Wildcats begin with possession, trying to extend their lead on a hard drive. A late foul on McCray, as it looked like it was Addison on the drive. She comes up hobbled. Looks like a wrist issue as she's holding that area. She looks okay to take the free throws, however, and will do so. She misses the first and now has re-aggravated that injury. Can see her being very tender with it. We'll see after these free throws if perhaps a switch is made, as that one was way off as well. Knight's running the floor. Rollins with it. She'll take it to the elbow. Now gets trapped. Can't find an outlet and turns it over. So both teams come up scoreless in their first possessions of the second half. Now looking to answer are the Wildcats and get on the board first here in this second 20 minutes. Wade with it, hands it off. Addison now. She was the one with the wrist injury that we just saw about 30 seconds ago. Now inside. That was a hard foul, easy call. And going to the line will be Marley Bell.
MGA foul number 23, Zakiria Johnson, her second. Team second. On the line, shooting 2, Marley Bell.
Bell takes a couple dribbles, sinks the first, extending this Wildcats lead to 17. Now 18 as she sinks both. Interesting change for the Knights as Rollins brings the ball up the floor. She just committed the turnover in the last possession. This time gets away with one as a foul on India Johnson trying to jump the passing lane. It looked like Addison. Couple shoes need to be tied. That's the holdup here, although looks like Rollins also had a shoe that needed to be redone. Now we're ready to resume basketball. It'll be Rollins on the inbound. Again, a change. Usually it's India Johnson who receives the ball instead. She picks up a screen from McCray. Quick switch. Causes an errant pass that goes off McCray's hands, and there's about 4 Wildcats and no Knights back. Easy finish, as this game is getting out of hand for Middle Georgia State University. Rollins weaves through traffic, gives it off to Johnson. Floater goes off the glass, and a better start to this quarter than the last for the Knights as they're able to get on the board. Handoff for the Wildcats. Stop and pop won't go. Defensive rebound goes to Zakiria Johnson. And now Rollins will lead the Knights up the floor. India Johnson at the elbow. Fakes the 3. Fakes the long 2. Now the drive kicks out. Long 2 on the other elbow won't go. Defensive rebound saved by Addison. Wildcats with numbers. They'll get it down low to Wade. She can't finish off the glass. Loose ball. Everyone goes crashing down. Knights able to get it off to India Johnson, and MGA will have numbers. Stop and pop 3 for Zakiria Johnson. She can't get it to go. Gets her own offensive rebound. And that one sent towards the padding on the far wall as trying to finish inside was heard. She got rejected. India Johnson on the inbound. Gets it off to Rollins, to McCray. McCray cross court. Sets up a 3, won't go. Inside for the Wildcats. And it seems like just everything has settled down here. 3-point shot for the Knights. That one will go. And there's a little bit of life from MGA as they look to get back into this one. They trail by 15. Just have to start chipping away. India Johnson guards on ball. Blowing past her was Allen. Allen gives it all for an easy layup, and the Wildcats answer right back. India Johnson was hip guarding. That left Allen wide open on the blow-by. As speaking of Johnson, she misses on that long two. To the point, back to Allen, and wide open cutter. Misses the layup. That was Ferguson. She did a great job to get open, but couldn't finish. Knights get a little bit lucky there. Straightaway three, Zakiria Johnson can't get it to go. Turnover caused, Knights retain possession. Another 3-point attempt, this one goes. India Johnson, they'll say foot on the line. That's hurt Middle Georgia State all season. That toe just on the crease. And instead of a 3-point shot, it's a long two, and India Johnson on the back end defensively picks up a foul.
Foul number 12, India Johnson, her second, team's third.
India Johnson will check out. Talked about her a lot today, but she's had a great day. 5 of 6 from the field. 2 steals to go along with it. Again, Allen trying to blow by her defender. Can't get fully by this time, however, that causes a foul to be drawn, and she'll go to the line for 2.
Next foul number 24, Layla Lowry, her second, team's fourth.
The 4th foul for the Knights, and we're only about 4 minutes into the third quarter. That one off the front rim. 15-point game here in Morris Gymnasium. Now a 16-point game after that one goes high off the front rim and in. Looking to break the full court press are the Knights. They'll do it as they get over the halfway line. Now Lowry trying to facilitate. Looked like a travel, but before the foul comes in.
Wildcat foul number 22, Marley Bell, her third, team's second. On the line, shooting 2, Layla Hurd.
So Hurd will have a chance at the charity stripe.
Returning to the Wildcats, Kimora Wade.
However, before we see Hurd try and get on the board for the first time today, we'll have a timeout. We'll take a short break and be right back here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube. Welcome back as we prepare for the second half of the third quarter. It'll start with some free throws from the Middle Georgia State University Knights. Specifically Layla Hurd, who's looking to get on the board for her first points of the game. And she sinks the first, so she does so. The starters only played 8 minutes. As Middle Georgia State likes to use a deeper bench than most teams. She sinks both. Knights go with a full court press, easily broken by the Wildcats. Now getting into some trouble down low. Wade can't finish off the glass, gets her own offensive rebound, and gets fouled. She'll get to shoot 2 from the line. Wade has had an excellent day. 4 of 10 from the field. But also now 5 rebounds, 2 of those being offensive. Has offered important minutes and efficiency down low. That was enough for her 11th point of the day. As she leads all Wildcat scores and is now tied in all scorers of this game. India Johnson also with 12. McCray with it. She turns it over. Errant pass picked off, and the Wildcats run the floor again. Can't finish. However, will cause a turnover after the defensive board. Unable to fully bring it in, as it looked like Allen tried to control it and just let it slip out of her grasp, and it touched the blue paint of the baseline. India Johnson will come back in, just a short breather for her. She's played almost every minute of this game. That was really her first breather the entirety of the game. She has 24 minutes played. We've played 25. McCray with it. She gets trapped. She'll have to somehow wiggle her way out. And it will be a foul as she tried to turn the corner. Ace Stevenson picks it up. And since we're under 5 minutes now, officially halfway through this third quarter, we will take our media timeout. We'll be back after about a minute here on the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel. My name's Joe Copshow. We'll see you for the last 15 minutes after this. Knights to inbound after the foul. Knights have 5 fouls through 5 minutes. Wildcats have 3, so we'll see how that plays down the stretch of this third quarter. Likely see some trips to the line after the bonus, as that shot missed by Rollins. Wildcats ball after it's tipped out of bounds. At this point, Knights really have no option except a full court press. They will. Going for the tie-up instead. Ooh, is a tie-up. Hurd gets the jump ball. Knights get possession after the jump ball. As you can likely see, at the table on the other side is where we're positioned, and did not think that would be a tie-up. Instead it was. Now Rollins kicks out 3 for the Knights, and Pollock won't go. She'll get her own offensive rebound. Can't finish after she creates some room, and eventually gets fouled. And another whistle here upsets the Wildcat bench. However, Pollock will go to the line for 2.
Wildcats foul number 20, Ariana Booker, her first. Team score,
Pollock did a good job to get her own offensive rebound, used the shoulder to create some room, but couldn't finish, and now will try and do so from the line. She'll sink her first. Her second attempt from the line, also good. Checking in is Zakiria Johnson. Out goes Pollock after a successful couple trips from the line. Everyone loses track of the ball, so that's the delay. And eventually we'll get underway here at Morris Gymnasium. Whistle blows. We're all ready. Knights in the full court press yet again. Right in the heart of that press, the pass made, and now the Wildcats a chance for an easy layup. Instead, rifling the pass in is Addison. Too much on it. And the press works in an interesting way. Usually you can get a turnover at the other half. Instead, that time, the Wildcats had all the offense they want and got maybe a little too overzealous and coughed up the ball. Knights have slowly started to cut in this lead. It now sits at 14, a chance to do more here. Kick out, errant pass again. 4 minutes left here in this third quarter as the Knights turn over the ball. This game has been wrecked with turnovers. And the Wildcats have taken the advantage most of the time off the turnovers they've forced. Travel here. And again, another turnover. That is Fort Valley State's 10th. Middle Georgia State has 15, so 25 total, and we still have about 13 and a half minutes to go. India Johnson to Rollins. Zakiria Johnson now with it. She's hounded. She picks the ball up. Now we'll have to look for an outlet. Gets one. 5 seconds on the shot clock. The ball has never made it within the three-point arc. Finally it does with McCrae. She tosses up a circus shot. It hits no part of the rim, so it is a shot clock violation. So a couple possessions in a row for both teams that have ended poorly. And you really can't have that if you're the Knights. Here, the full court press completely breaks down. But again, the Wildcats cough it up as a block here comes in. Another block. This third attempt just missed, and eventually the Knights walk away with the ball. The first pass was thrown off the rim after being tipped. India Johnson straightaway three. Off the glass. Her second time banking it in. And the Knights all of a sudden just down 11 points. And again, this time, a travel. The Wildcats hurting themselves here. The Knights taking advantage of the chaos. Mentioned in the first half, that's when the Knights have been successful. And they can cause a little bit of chaos, and there was certainly a lot of it the last two possessions. A pass fired off the rim, 3 shots coming in quick succession. Now the Knights a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Johnson with it, off to Pollock. Pollock to Johnson, swinging the rock all the way in the corner. Zakiria Johnson, 3 goes. All of a sudden, folks, we have an 8-point game. This lead cut in half. Zakiria Johnson sinks her 4th 3 of the night, and we're back in single-digit game. Can the Wildcats extend their lead back to double digits? It'll be with a long 2. They can't do it. Offensive rebound won't be grabbed in. Instead, McCrae gets it and eventually has it stripped from her, but right into the scorer's table. So Knights will keep possession. And about 100 seconds to go for the Knights to start to claw right back into this one. 46-38 in favor of the Wildcats, but all momentum with the purple and white. McCray with it. She's got a good drive, kicks out, long two. Looked like it was partially blocked off the side of the backboard, fired into McCray. Out to India Johnson, this long two won't go. Good defensive rebound grabbed in from Marley Bell and the Wildcats, who've gone scoreless in a drought. The last 2 minutes or so, a chance to respond. They have a wide open three if they want it. They'll take it. It's way off. Brought in by Zakiria Johnson. That was a really good look. The Wildcats just something off in this third quarter. The Knights trying to take advantage. Can't there with a three. However, offensive rebound brought in by Zakiria Johnson. Stripped away. India Johnson having to hustle back. That pass brought in, eventually gets to the paint and finishes high off the glass, does Allen. Again, not pretty, but this time working for the Wildcats. 35 seconds remain here in this third quarter. McCray scans her options, uses a screen, creates some space, back to Zakiria Johnson. She tries a bounce pass down low, creates some space, and a good finish from Layla Hurd. Wildcats tried to jump the pass, Hurd able to bring it in and get two more on the board. Lead back down to 8. Last possession likely of this quarter, 10 seconds remain. Clock ticks down to 5. Allen on the drive. Can't finish, 2 seconds remain. Johnson can chuck one up. She chooses not to. Preserves the energy as she'll need it for an exciting fourth quarter of action, 48-40. We had a tight first quarter, both teams now winning a quarter. Fort Valley State wins the second, Middle Georgia State wins the third. We'll see who wins the fourth and who wins the entirety of the game when we welcome back as we begin fourth quarter action. The Wildcats on top 48-40. A lot of it has been on the back of their offense that has gotten down low. They lead in points in the paint 22-6, a staggering difference here. However, the Knights' outside game has helped them get back in this one. And as you can see there, some more points in the paint racked up as the Wildcats hit 50 on that drive. Zakiria Johnson with it. She gives it off. Good bounce pass to get out of that trouble. Now India Johnson gets it back to Zakiria. She can't finish. India Johnson with it again. Can't finish. Another offensive rebound. Blocked away. India Johnson with it again. Blocked away. Good defense. Not good on the board from the Wildcats. It gives the Knights a chance. As India Johnson will be on the inbound. Really good looks for the Knights, just can't go. And now a turnover on the inbound. Wildcats have numbers. McCray, the only one getting back. What a block! That's what a coach loves to see. McCray, 10 to 15 steps behind everyone, comes flying in and saves her team a possession here. A chance to keep this one at 10 with some good defense from the Knights. Instead, a corner three from Addison, worse than the original outcome. And McCray's block left in the dust. Now Pollock, stop and pop three won't go. Zakira Johnson battling for the offensive rebound, won't come up with it. Instead, the gold and blue will slow the ball down. A 12-point lead now. No reason to hurry. Here, finally a drive comes in. Easy foul call as India Johnson threw an arm in there, and going to the line will be Allen.
Returning for the Knights, Keanu Rollins. And returning for the Wildcats, Ariana Booker.
So just over a minute down in this fourth quarter. That three has been brought back to a long two, the one that came after the McCray block. So now it sits at a 13-point difference. And after this made free throw, it sits at 14 points. So the Knights spent the whole third quarter just chipping away. And now the lead back to what it was after that steal. And instead, the layup missed. Again, just the Wildcats trying to get too fancy on a wide open finish and can't get it to go. So it will remain a 14-point game. Excuse me for getting ahead of myself. As again, the Wildcats in the full court press, able to get a turnover. This time, another miss with a wide open layup. And again, the Knights getting a little bit of luck on their side, need to take advantage of it. Instead, another turnover. Wildcats won't convert on the first attempt, won't on the second either. They'll get a third chance, and they'll slow down. They'll take the three-point shot as the shot clock gets low. Finally, the Knights get a defensive rebound, and their offense will get a chance to work in the positive half with no pressure. Rollins with it. Tough finish, gets fouled on the upper arm, and will go to the line for two.
Wildcats foul number 10, Janiah Ferguson, her second.
Ferguson thought she had a clean block. The whistle says differently, and the white and purple will head to the line.
Johnson. For the line, shooting two, Keanu Rollins.
Rollins takes a couple dribbles, spins the ball in her hand, and converts on the first free throw attempt. Seven and a half minutes to go here in this game. 12-point difference between these two teams. As the Wildcats able to break the full court press. And Allen will settle everything down. Again, late in the game, big lead, no reason to hurry in the shot clock. They'll wait until at least 10 seconds to get the offense going. It's hit that mark now. They get it down low right on that number and finish inside about a second later as Kimora Wade adds to her excellent day. India Johnson splits defenders, kicks out, gets it right back. Facilitating the three-point shot, sunk by Pollock. A little bit of life here in Morris Gymnasium. Yet again, the Wildcats break out of the press quite easily, unable to finish at the rim, and the Knights will have the ball. Zakira Johnson left on an island. Excellent job to take away a Wildcat, force an errant shot, and get possession for her team back. This is about a 3-on-1, and Johnson able to turn it into a positive for the Knights. India Johnson uses Rollins' screen. Now gives it back to her. Long two. Sunk. 9-point game. Back to single digits. And through it all, the Knights still in it. Yet again, a 3-on-1. Zakiria Johnson left on an island. This time forces a miss again. Second chance for the Wildcats. They'll slow it down. Not a strategy you want to go to too often. But right now, the center, Zakiria Johnson, able to hold down the defense for the Knights. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Kicked out, open 2. Whistle came in. 3-second violation, excuse me. Shot wouldn't have been good anyway. And it will lead to a Fort Valley State University timeout. So lots of action, mostly chaos as these two teams heading for an exciting finish. We'll be back after a minute here on the Middle Georgia State University. Back here at Morris Gymnasium, Knights break out of the press, and they'll get to settle in their offense a little bit here. Successfully doing so, McCray takes an early 3, won't go. Long rebound, kicks out of bounds, and Wildcats will have possession. Full court press now for the Knights. Easily broken again. Not something the Knights practice too much, so when they have to go to it, seems like it's just a little bit off. As for the Wildcats, it's something they love to do, and it's led to a lot of success and a lot of steals in this one. Errant shot thrown up. Zakiria Johnson pulls it down. She needs to take a dribble to get out. She does. Good pass to Rollins. Rollins now goes to work. Tough finish, won't go. Touched every part of the rim and still popped out. McCray on ball defense, good. However, that shot still falls. It looked like McCray even got a piece of it, but Booker sank it off the back of the rim. That's a foul, easy call for the ref as she was standing right there. McCray goes crashing into her own bench. An 11-point game here. To inbound, Rollins off to India Johnson, and the Wildcats will sit back in their man defense. Zakiria Johnson with it, back to India. Good cut from India. Foul on the floor. Foul on the shot, so a chance at a 3-point play for India Johnson. Good job to finish through contact, and it looks like we will have a timeout. We'll take another short break. It's a 9-point game, a chance to be 8 when we come back. So we'll start after the timeout at the charity stripe. India Johnson to attempt. India Johnson 1 for 2 so far. That will rise to 2 for 3. An 8-point game. Plenty of time left for Middle Georgia State to come back in this one. It should be very interesting. Wildcats settle down into their offense. It starts with Allen, as it so usually does. She'll hand it off. Ferguson scanning her options. Back to Allen. Allen only 5 seconds. She'll use the screen, take a deep three, won't go. India Johnson saves it. Rollins able to pick it up. Now Rollins has to save it, and that will be out of bounds. Wildcats ball.
Out of bounds. Goes to the Wildcats.
Some more chaos, this time in favor of the Wildcats. Under 4 minutes now. That was an important defensive possession for the Knights to walk away with the ball. Instead, 30 seconds runs off, and the Wildcats get the ball back, but they give a gift to the Knights. That feed to Kimora Wade too high. She couldn't bring it in. And only 4 more seconds come off the clock. Saw head coach for Middle Georgia State talking to Zakiria Johnson. Have to think a 3 is possible here. There it is. Corner 3 won't go. It looked good. Instead, the Knights will have to sit back on defense again and try and keep this game right where it's at.
Don't let it get it, Z. Don't let it get it.
Wildcats moving the ball, not taking too many dribbles. Here's the first drive of the possession and a good finish. And it's a blocking foul, so a chance at the line, and even the Wildcats look confused at that call. Ferguson able to easily finish. I'm not even sure she thinks it was a foul, but she'll take the chance for another point here at the 3-point play. Ten-point game. Ferguson can't extend it. Instead, Rollins pulls down the board. Pollock takes the ball up the court to Johnson. India Johnson kicks out. McCray, 3, too strong. Rollins gets the offensive rebound, throws it up, won't go. Tipped out of bounds. Middle Georgia State off their hands, so Wildcats will have possession. And now under 3 minutes, starts to feel like this cause might be getting a little lost. Need to force some turnovers if you're the Knights. Instead, playing and slacking off the ball are the Knights, trying to jump a passing lane or two. They do so there, however, off McCray's hands. It'll stay with the Wildcats. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Smart from the Wildcats to go behind the half line. Drive shot won't go. 1 second on the shot clock, and it is sunk. Marley Bell throws it up there, makes this a 12-point game, and the Knights will have to find their stroke from beyond the arc if they want a chance. A chance here, way too strong. Zakiria Johnson pulls it in, finishes off the glass for 2. 10-point game, and Knights need to get in a full-court press here. It's broken by the Wildcats. Spot up 2, won't go. Poor decision there from Marley Bell. She had plenty of space, but could have just sat on the ball, drained some time. Instead, did not. Pollock drives. She can't finish. Zakiria Johnson pulls in the offensive board and gets fouled. Chance for 2 at the line. I've said that so often today. We've heard a lot of whistles. That is the 5th foul on Fort Valley State, an important number as it reaches the bonus. With the next foul, Middle Georgia State will get a free trip to the line.
Wildcats, Kimura Wade. Going to the line, shooting 2.
In total, these teams have shot 33 free throws so far. Middle Georgia State only has 12 now out of the 34. However, they've sunk 9 out of those 12. So good shooting from the line, but not as many opportunities. Sinking both is Zakiria Johnson, and that comes in the territory with, we've mentioned, the Wildcats working much more in the paint, 30-10 in points in the paint. So fouls often come down low, and that's why the Wildcats have that advantage, and perhaps an advantage in this game. 8-point game. We'll wrap up the last 106 seconds when we come back. Wildcats inbound, and again, no full court press from the Knights. Instead, they'll try and force a turnover down low. Doesn't work out, and Wade with the easy finish. She adds to her excellent day. She sits at 14 points. Zakiria Johnson trying to dribble around her defender, gets fouled, and of course, with that foul, she'll get a trip to the line. We just saw her there, where she sunk both. Zakiria Johnson, 16 points today. We'll have to try and add a 17th on her second free throw attempt. But she's sitting at a double-double. And an impressive double-double at that. 17 points, 15 rebounds, 6 of them offensive. Certainly the player of the game for the Middle Georgia State University Knights. 70 seconds remain. It's a 9-point game. The Knights will need some help, and that won't do it. A foul on the shot. India Johnson, her 5th.
Next foul, number 12, India Johnson, her 5th. Team score.
So India Johnson done for the day after her 5th foul. 64 seconds remain. O'Neal, the free throw shooter. She sinks her first. It's back to a 10-point game. Since we mentioned a player of the day for the Knights, we'll bring one for the Wildcats. That one sunk as well. I would go with Wade. 16 points today, 4 rebounds, 4 for 4 from the line. An assist and a steal to add to those numbers. It's just been a very team game for the Wildcats. And looks like it'll be a team win for them. As missing that one was Rollins. Under a minute left in this one, 11-point game. The Wildcats will likely sit on this one until the last couple of seconds in the shot clock, unless they get something real easy. They'll get a deep 2 towards the corner. Rebound will go to McCray as she kicks it out to herself and cuts this to a single-digit game. However, with the shot clock now turned off, Rollins will foul. So make this a little more challenging for the Wildcats and force them to make some free throws. But barring a huge scoring run in 12 seconds for the Middle Georgia State University Knights, Fort Valley State will move to 5-8 on the season as that one made. And Middle Georgia State will fall to 1-8 on the season. Lane violation brings in the whistle, so Knights get the ball. The benefit for the Knights, this a non-conference game, of course, so won't affect their conference standings. Where right now they sit at 1-4. They'll resume conference play in a week from today against Faulkner University. 1 second left, the three-point shot bangs off the rim. That will end it here. So just to recap, Wildcats dominate the second quarter. Everything else pretty evenly played. The first, third, and fourth evenly matched. However, a 16-point difference in the second quarter really sealed it for the Wildcats. Fort Valley State University comes out on top, 67-57. The Knights will return for conference play on the 14th right here at Morris Gymnasium. That game will be streamed live right here on this YouTube channel as well. Right after that game, it will be a doubleheader where the men will also play Faulkner University. So that's something to look forward to in a week. Again, for the Middle Georgia State University YouTube channel, my name's Joe Kopshow. Thank you so much for watching this one. Hopefully we'll see you in a week. Middle Georgia State loses 67-57.